Hi, my name is Charlie McGrath. I'm the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. Governed by crisis, governed by fear. Another terror moment that we, the people, are supposed to sit back, shaking our boots, and look for Washington, D.C. to come up with a last-second solution. I'm talking about this sequester, of course. Wall Street, the mainstream media, Washington, D.C. all want you to believe that our financial world could potentially come to an end if a deal isn't done. We have to understand the sequestration is a huge, huge deal, but nothing to do with the $82 billion in cuts. Nothing to do with the fear mongering that's coming out of Wall Street, the mainstream media in Washington, D.C., and everything to do with another death nail in the coffin of freedom for the people of this country. We are governed by crisis. And when we govern by crisis, when we govern by terror, it is not for we, the people. It is for them, the special interest groups that drive the crisis in the first place. We are not being represented. We are stealing money from ourselves and our future in order to pay special interest, in order to keep a $1 trillion a year deficit, broken government in place so the people that benefit from it will continue to receive the rewards of out of control, treasonous government. Governed by crisis, governed by fear. President Obama recently said about the sequestration, if this comes to pass, emergency responders are going to have their ability to do their job degraded. Border agents are going to have reduced hours. FBI agents are going to be furloughed without pay. It's going to get so bad, prosecutors will have to let criminals go. Thousands of teachers are going to be laid off, and tens of thousands of parents are going to be scrambling, looking for daycare. This is a governed by crisis tactic that we must call the bluff on. We are going further into debt every single day, and every single day that passes, the landing is going to be that much harder when reality is unleashed onto the people of this country and the world. We must call their bluff. $82 billion is what we're talking about. Cut this out of control, special interest driven governance, because it isn't for we the people. We're spending $608 billion a year. The acknowledged amount of the black ops amount is probably much, much higher. $608 billion a year in defense, so-called defense, in the United States of America. And we're worried about $82 billion. Certainly we must have a foe around the world that is equaling us in this expenditure, equaling us in this destruction of resources in the name of defense. Not even close. Our number one threat would be China at $111 billion a year, followed by Russia with $65 billion. Iran, who we're supposed to be terrified of achieving a nuclear arsenal that's going to devastate the world, they spend $12 billion a year, and the evil North Korea, $7 billion a year. We must call a bluff to this governed by crisis tactics. It is every single day that's passing, we are going further and further into our own oblivion. We're being led down this path with the promises of it's going to be for us, we the people, but when in reality, all we have to do is open our eyes and we can see that it's special interest driven from start to finish. The expansion of the security industrial complex, the expansion of the military industrial complex, the expansion of the control of the grip of Wall Street and these too big to fail institutions over our government. This is what's at stake. $82 billion is nothing. The governed by crisis tactic will lead to one place, and it'll be a place that we are indentured servants in our own land. Stories are attached. That's all I got.